Sorry that you've become cucked by your wife and that
Yep.
she's made you a simp and
That's
your
true.
political beliefs stink now, but
I guess, did it take Carissa like 3 years to like concoct the perfect femoid level plan?
I'm basically here to expose this fake-based demon. The last time I made 100
Yes, I fully acknowledge and admit that this video is a bit old. I also acknowledge and admit that I'm watching it on alt censored, and the reason I found this video is a little bit of an embarrassing story. You know what? It's not a little bit of an embarrassing story. It's an extremely embarrassing story. When I decided to purge my channel of my stupid right-wing content, I didn't save an archive of like any of the videos. I'm just gonna... Yeah. Embarrassing. I should have done that. So I was reduced to Googling Hunter Avallone deleted videos. This is how desperate I was. This is how cucked. And I finally stumbled upon alt censored, where I was able to find some uploads of my old right-wing content. So if anyone's watching who actually does have any of my old content downloaded, I didn't know I was going to be doing a series where I'd be like responding consistently every week to my old content before, but either way, I recognize how irresponsible it was. Among my quest to find deleted videos, I stumbled upon this one, which was this guy named The Blunt Optic. Please share this video with good old backstabbing Hunter, okay, who sold out to be a blue-haired leftist. Please like and subscribe. This video is for educational purposes only and is in no way is meant to insult or make fun of Hunter. Okay, that's good, because my feelings were on thin ice. I love him and am joking about every remark made in this video. But yeah, I'm sure he's really sincere about everything being a joke. But either way, he's going to respond to this TikTok that I uploaded a long while ago. Supporting LGBT people is a Christian value, which is very much true. I still stand by that. It makes way more sense from a biblical perspective to support gay people than it would be to like condemn them. And we're going to go over all of that in this response. So, all right, take it away, Fat Blunt.
How's it going, guys? You are watching The Blunt Optic. And before I start this video, I just want to say that this is not an attack on Hunter Avallone as a person or his features physically. This is not something that's going to go against the YouTube guidelines. But I'm basically here to expose this fake-based demon. The last time I made 100...
Guys, I mean, no harm. Nothing at all offensive here. Hunter, he's kind of a good guy at the end of the day, but I just want to talk about how he is nothing but a literal demon from the bowels of hell, sent to destroy your children like the Grim f***ing Reaper.
The last time I made a Hunter Avallone video, I got a strike. And so I just want to be clear, this is an attack on...
I just want to be clear that I didn't know what video he made about me, and I certainly did not know that he got a strike. I would be very curious to know what that video was. Like, what could he possibly have said about me that would have gotten him a strike?
On Hunter Avallone's political opinions, which I have a right to do. This is not a personal attack.
Yes,
and
you're
I'm
right.
sorry that you've become cucked by your wife and that she's made you a simp and
That's
your
true.
political beliefs stink now, but...
Hold on. I gotta call my wife and make sure I can ask permission to breathe. Hold on. It's me, your favorite simp. You can go through my history of my YouTube channel. You can look at when me and Carissa first started dating. It was back at the fucking beginning of 2018. I was still making the most hardcore right-wing content up until like late 2019, when I really started stepping away from the hardcore right, and then from that point on, I obviously led to me leaving the right. What happened in that whole time span? I mean, I guess, did it take Carissa like 3 years to like concoct the perfect femoid level plan to like manipulate me into being a like, what's more believable? That I'm being held at gunpoint by my wife, who's secretly a leftist behind closed doors, who, by the way, she is not at all a leftist either. None of us are in support of socialism. That is a key component to what it means to be a leftist. Or I evolved over time. I had a daughter. Being a father changed my perception of things. What motivated a lot of introspection for me was the whole breakup from Carissa. It was being apart from Carissa and then getting back together with Carissa that made me reassess my political views. And I guess people will speculate, oh, Carissa she said that unless you become a liberal, she won't take him back or something. It's like, guys, I'm sorry that you're all virgins and have like a really, really shallow perception of women. It just doesn't work like that, my G. But okay, I guess I got cucked by my wife.
Your wife ruined your brain.
Is this like the old advertisements? This is your brain on drugs?
Stating that Christians should be supporting of the LGBT community. And I don't know if his wife put him up to this, if she threatened it.
Okay, first of all, in the entire Bible, there are 7 verses that can be misconstrued into supporting the claim that God condemns homosexuality or whatever. 7 verses in the entire fucking Bible. Throughout the New Testament, Jesus consistently talked about sticking up for the poor and the meek and the people who needed help. With Jesus's overall character also, it makes so much more sense, yes, to support gay people as a Christian than to take your stance, which is God says it's bad because you read your little NIV Bible and saw that it said gay bad. And you were like, okay, well, yeah, gay bad, even though you already thought gay people were bad.
And God destroys LGBT societies, Andrew.
Okay, so this was a clip from my video where I was reacting to a pastor saying that God destroys sinful societies and that LGBT people were to blame for fucking COVID.
It's not really a belief that any logical Christian has. If there was like a gay pride parade in New York City and all the homosexuals got taken out by a hailstorm that was shooting down hail the size of minivans and they were all squashed and they had all their confetti and stuff and they were...
What the fuck? A little peek inside your mind here? Is this like your fetish?
They were just smushed on the ground. None of us would be saying that God killed them because they're gay. This is like what you see with the Westboro Baptist Church. They go to...
You can say that like no one's saying that, but I was going over multiple different examples of how they were, and also people have consistently said that. I talked about this in the video where the clip from the TikTok came from. Throughout history, religious idiots have blamed gay people for natural catastrophes. Throughout history. So, no, I'm sorry that if maybe you don't say that, but like, there are plenty of people who do. So that's not really that's not like a great answer. You're not really answering, you're more just avoiding.
I mean, what happened to the verse, love your neighbor as yourself?
I admit that sounds a little shallow as well, just love your neighbor as yourself, but there are plenty of other verses you can look at in the Bible where Jesus, again, made it explicitly clear, blessed are those who are meek, blessed are those who are poor, blessed are those who are humble. Like, Jesus made it so explicitly clear that Christians were supposed to be loving, that love was supposed to come before anything else. I was raised Christian, okay? I know enough about Christianity here to say that the main tenet of Jesus coming to earth was to show his love and how miraculous it was, or whatever, that Jesus died for all of our sins. Like, it was supposed to be like the ultimate sacrifice, right? Jesus's core thing was really about love. Hell of a lot more than it was about condemning gay people. In fact, I don't think Jesus himself ever even mentioned gay people. I mean, Jesus, you can look, Jesus consistently fucking called out people like this person, people who used the religion, like the prophecies, people who used religion to stand above everyone else and look down at them.
Typical Hunter Avallone, love your neighbor as yourself. You have to understand that Hunter is disingenuously interpreting the scriptures to mean love your neighbor and their lifestyles. Just because God tells us to love our neighbors, that doesn't mean that we need to love their lifestyles.
One, I never actually said you have to love their... Well, it's not a lifestyle. It's funny he said that because we just talked about this on the video yesterday. I didn't say you have to love their lifestyle, but I can tell you that if your main focus is gay people are bad, gay people are sinners, they're degenerate, they're going to go to hell. These are all things that Christians say. If you believe those things, isn't the result going to kind of be hate? Like, you would never say that being black is a sin. Think of how delusional that would be to say that.
If loving your neighbor means loving everything they do, then we would have to love murderers, pedophilia, people that watch.
I never said you have to love everything they do. It's funny because he accused me of strawmanning, and then all of a sudden he's strawmanning now. Also, I love the comparison here. You know, LGBT people, murderers, but no hate. I know, buddy.
You would have to love everything about everyone, and that's just ridiculous.
No, again, this is a straw man. No one's saying you have to love everything about everyone, but people are gay, and to say that their existence, that to exist as being a gay person is a sin, I would argue is much closer to hate than it ever is to love.
Why are we instead cherry-picking some Levitical law, which, based on the original Hebrew, isn't even a condemnation of consensual, loving gay relationships?
That's true, by the way, still.
I'm so glad people like Hunter are here to explain to us how the Bible doesn't really condemn homosexuality or gay sex. Well, apparently...
That's kind of an ad hom, and not really even, you didn't even make an argument. I mean, if I was just like, I love how this guy's going to get up here and say something to me, and then kept playing it, that wouldn't really be a very good response.
God is totally cool with gay butt sex. He claims that condemnation...
Yeah, I mean, you could do this with anything. Yeah, I guess what this guy's saying is God is completely, totally fine with just, driving a car. Yeah, actually, God, I think is. You know, you can look in the Bible and see how God even blessed polyamorous relationships before.
About the Bible, the New Testament constantly talks about how wrong homosexuality is, but Hunter just wants to strawman Christianity and lead people who have a limited understanding of the Bible astray.
No, this guy wants to lead you astray. This guy has an extremely low and shallow understanding of the Bible. Okay, he goes through these verses. Let's get it up, buddy. This comes from a biblical scholar. This goes into extensive detail about all 7 verses that these dumb fucks cling to justify the fact that they just think gay people are icky. Careful, guys. If anyone here is a Christian, you might not want to listen to the, context about the Bible, because that's just leading you to the devil. 1 Timothy 1, 8 through 11. This is 1 Timothy 1, 9, 10. We know that the law is not made for the righteous, but for lawbreakers and rebels, the ungodly and sinful and unholy, blah, 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 for the sexually immoral, for those practicing homosexuality. Look at it. Oh my God, I didn't even know. I made the joke earlier and didn't even realize he actually is just flashing the NIV version. Okay, the original Hebrew, there was no word for homosexuality. So nice try. And this word, andropitists. Pornos most likely refers to a male having sex outside of marriage. Arkansokites can probably be defined as male same-sex relationships that involve some level of exploitation, inequality, or abuse. This is what's so key here, is virtually every single verse in the Bible that condemns homosexuality, allegedly, when you look into what it originally meant, it almost is always talking about exploitation. It's talking about older men taking advantage of young little boys. It's not talking about consensual, loving, gay relationships like what we know today. Religious fanatics like this guy, they use God as a bludgeoning tool. They just use God to essentially say, well, God, the ultimate authority, he says that being gay is bad, so being gay is bad. And anyone else who says otherwise is leading you to the devil. Even their women exchanged natural sexual relations for unnatural ones in the same way the men also abandoned natural relations with women and were inflamed with lust for one another. That's the verse. The behavior Paul is addressing here is explicitly associated with idol worship, probably temple prostitution. Right, this is talking about like hedonism. This is talking about men who are naturally attracted to women, just going out and basically just fucking whatever moves. And with heterosexual people who searched for pleasure and broke away from their natural sexual orientation or in their natural ways of having sex. In the surrounding culture, it was common for men of a higher status to take sexual advantage of male slaves or male prostitutes. Again, talking about coercion, taking advantage of someone. Here, Paul is instructing his readers to keep pure and honor God. Paul is talking about how the use and misuse of power and authority and how that impacts one's relationship with God. Paul didn't have in mind specifically prohibiting consensual same-sex relationships because they were never considered in his cultural context. Mic drop. I don't even claim to be this master of the Bible. It's just that I trust people who are, like the person who is able to understand the original Hebrew and translate that and explain what that means. I'm going to trust that person over what my little NIV Bible said when I read that it said, oh, gay, bad. Okay, I guess all gay people, we should be condemning them.
Hunter just wants to strawman Christianity and lead people.
No, you're the one who actually wants to use your religion as a bludgeoning tool to keep people down who you don't like. You think gay people are gross. You don't really care what the Bible says at the end of the day. You just don't like that I'm challenging your echo chamber.
Even if you consider yourself a Christian who doesn't agree with gay marriage, Jesus literally sat with sinners and washed their feet.
Now, Hunter, I know you won't be able to make this distinction because you're cucked and you're fake woke and you don't really know what you're talking about.
Yep.
But Jesus sat with repentant sinners. It wasn't like Jesus was sitting with people who were relishing in their sin and they were saying that.
Wait, is he serious? He wasn't sitting with people who were relishing in their sin? The woman who washed his feet, wasn't she a prostitute? Jesus hung out with fucking Judas. And he knew Judas was going to betray him. Yeah, guys, that's how it works. You know, that's how Christianity works. You only hang out with repentant people. People who are already repentant. Then you're like, okay, I can hang out with you now. Now that you feel sorry for being gay, now I can recognize that maybe God has a little place for you in his heart. I came not to call the righteous ones to repentance, but sinners, the errings one, and those not free from sin. Being gay is obviously not a sin, but again, if you want to use his logic here, healthy people don't need a doctor. Jesus came to minister to the people who needed it. And he came to condemn people like this dude.
With people who were relishing in their sin and they were saying that Jesus was wrong for trying to condemn prostitution and stuff. This is the typical straw man.
Oh, hold on. Wait, what are you... Wait, whoa. Yeah, wasn't there the stoning where he said, those with no sin cast the first stone? A woman, public disgrace and double standard. The woman was used as a pawn in a power play to discredit Jesus. She was caught in the act of adultery. Okay, well, this was, I guess, an adulterer. Yep, this is exactly what I was talking about. A sinful woman, most likely a corrupt prostitute, heard Jesus was eating there and came with some jar of perfume. This guy literally is just fucking lying to your face. This comes from a Christianity website too, by the way. This isn't like I'm just looking up like atheism today. He's saying that I'm the one that wants to lead you astray, but by doing a literal simple biblical fucking search, you can see that he's the one just misinterpreting the Bible. Jesus to this guy is just the sky daddy who reaffirms everything that I believe. And people will say, they're like, well, Hunter doesn't even believe in the Bible, but he's trying to say it doesn't blah, blah, blah. Yeah. To be honest, I don't really believe the Bible is literal and even all that truthful. I think the Bible has a lot of contradictions, but if you want to play their game, I'm fine playing the game. I'm fine playing it on their playing field. You want to argue from it? You want to argue it from a biblical perspective? Fine. Be a Christian. I would be much happier if someone decided to be a accepting Christian.
When they're trying to convince Christians to support degeneracy like pedophilia and transgenderism. And
there's literally no link between trans people and pedophilia. Literally none.
Oh, Jesus, he was sitting with the prostitutes. He was washing the feet of sinners. It wasn't like he was just cleansing them so they could go back to selling sex to hobos on the sandy streets of Egypt.
Actually, I mean, kind of, yeah.
Hunter's just so out of touch and wrong in his beliefs that I think all of his subscribers should just come on.
Every single thing I said in this video and in this stream segment, I have backed up. You figured out how to use a green screen. Good job, buddy.
Over to my channel because I'm not trying to lead people to Satan. I'm trying to spread truth, and I actually can think for myself. I don't have this.
See, again, this guy, his version of truth is when the Bible says what he wants it to say, which is gay bad.
Insane woman who is controlling my views and ruining my brain. Hunter suffers.
I have the wife brain implant. Every increasing day, I just become more and more of a liberal. Jill Biden is wearing a scrunchie. It's funny because this guy is like, I'm this free thinker. I don't have anyone polluting my mind. Yet he sounds like an insane person this entire time.
From severe cognitive dissonance and cuckoldry, which has ruined his ability to make any sort of rational political take.
See? Now that I'm not saying what he wants me to say, now it's cuckoldry. Now it's he lost his ability to say things rational. When I was saying gay people bad, I was rational. Now that I'm not rational.
From what I've heard about Hunter, he used to be pretty based. He knew what he was talking about. He got a crazy lady pregnant, and that's all she wrote. That's all I have.
This guy, Where are you getting your news from, dude? Fuentious.com?
For this video, guys, please make sure you like and subscribe. Goodbye.
Calling people attempting to peacefully live their lives an abomination is a direct contradiction to how Jesus would have acted.
Yeah, I like how he shows that last clip to be like, here's the final bit of craziness. And it's me saying something completely rational. Why does he think Carissa's controlling Hunter? Because he's delusional and he's never been around women and he thinks all women are conniving because he spends too long on his incel little forms.